Meet Tina, stars Tina Wilson, a beacon of hope and transformation for women over 40. As a licensed life and health coach, Tina specializes in empowering those who have faced life's toughest challenges.
Here's the edge of their seat. So when someone says, Tina, how did you do? I'm going to say, I had them at the edge of their seat.
Drawing from her personal triumphs over tragedy, Tina guides women on a transformative journey. Her unique approach is grounded in the 5 pillars of transformation: mindset, heart set, nutrition, fitness, and resilience. Tina's mind, body, and soul awakening program isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. Through her online fitness boutique studio, she merges physical well-being with emotional growth. As an international motivational speaker, Tina's voice resonates across continents. She inspires and educates through her podcast, her dynamic presence on platforms like Clubhouse and Toastmasters International, and her compelling storytelling. Celebrating her latest achievement, the publication of her first book, No More Traumedy, Tina continues to leave a lasting mark in the art of transformation.
I said I need to make a book for anyone who's had some type of trauma or tragedy, because there's no playlist. People don't like to talk about it. Remember, I was with my coach and I'm like, well, this person's got a cool thing. They do motivation. They do finances. I talk about traumedies. That's not cute. He's like, Tina, you make traumedies look good.
Yeah. Stars Tina Wilson, transforming lives by overcoming one traumedy at a time.
And all this time later, I'm here. Are we going to?
We are rocking and rolling. We're rocking and rolling. Good morning. Make some noise. Give it up for Dragon. Woo woo! Happy Wednesday to you and also you. We are here live and awake. Breakfast with Champions, my favorite morning show. When you come here, my friends, you're going to get that motivation. We're going to motivate you. We're going to inspire you. We're going to give you the education, all the things you need. If you want to see me live and up and in person, you can go on Instagram or jump over on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube. I love to start each segment with just saying some good mornings to everyone, right? And I love to scroll to the very, very bottom of the screen. And it looks like, hold up, wait a minute. My girl Renee, okay, she's not modded. I'm trying to, someone could mod, oh, there she is. My girl Renee is modded. Okay, so as I said, I like to scroll through. So if you're on Instagram, say good morning. If you're on the other channels, say good morning. I guess it would help if I put my glasses on, right? My people with the pink tickets, Paul, I like your photo, Paul. We have Jason, Manu, Olga, Anthony, Catherine, Paul, Thomas, Abin. Take a ticket. Come up to the top. I see Carla in the building. Good morning, Carla. Good morning, Julie. Dr. EP is probably on the Stairmaster, guys. I know she's at the gym. She's doing it up. I see help there, raising the hand. Everyone has a seat at the table, right? This is not just a me conversation, just talking, giving you all the info. Everyone is welcome. Come up to the stage. Unmic, if you have a question or comment, let me hear it. I see Mike, I see River. I'm still scrolling. We got a full house today. That's what I'm talking about. I see Mary. That's my middle name. So I definitely like you, Mary. Jessica, love that photo. I see Vicky. So we love so. Bah, 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 bah. I love that girl right there. I see Yvonne. I see Medalia. These are some of the people here. Now on the stage, we got up here. I see Kerry. Kerry's holding her phone. Kerry's like, I am here for you. Bush, Judith, Terry, highlights of the weekend. All right, crew. So I love to start each segment with letting you share something amazing that happened over the weekend. It's hump day, right? It is Wednesday. We're halfway to the beginning, back or whatever. Anyone want to unmic and share a highlight of the weekend? If so, go. So I'm guessing nobody in the building had a highlight of the weekend. And if not, that is okay.
All right. We signed contract. I put my house in the market.
No way!
And in less than a week, my house is sold, cash, 20 grand above asking. Yes. And Maria Lynn from Breakfast with Champions, shout out to Level Up Realty. She is amazing.
She did it for you? You're working with her?
Yeah, in less than a week.
Oh my God.
First person to see the house. first person to see the house ended up getting it, but it ended up being like a little bit one of those fitting things going on. And the weekend, a few days, 2 days after, it was open house, and but we closed it up after 4 days on the market. We took it off the market because we already had enough offers, and yeah, we're out of here. So that's something to celebrate.
Patty, that is huge. Congratulations. So when people say, proximity, right? Who are you surrounding yourself with? I love Maria. I had the opportunity of having like a girls trip with her when Ramon had an event in Texas. Maria is so awesome, and congrats to you. I know you're feeling supercharged. Anyone else want to share a highlight of the weekend? Unmike, say your name. Let's go.
Hey, stars, real quick, Soul here.
Hey, girl. Hey.
I'm about to hop on the bus, so that's what running. No, but my highlight was I ran to Brooklyn half.
Oh my gosh, I'm loving all your running. I did that once.
Yeah,
Tell me about it.
Yeah, and it was my second time running it. And I had not really fully trained for it. So my goal was, let me do, if I make it 2:25 or 2:30, I'll be satisfied with that. I wasn't even tracking my time. By the time I crossed the finish line, I was at 2 hours, 29 minutes.
Wow.
So I was very proud of myself. And yeah, that was like a huge highlight for me.
So can you stay on for a second? I want to just ask you a couple questions. So
Sure.
Because you're kind of a new runner, you've been running for less than 5 years, correct?
Correct.
All right. Can you share with people, and can someone mute Ishman, why and how you started running and how it helps you? Because when I was going through my depression, my aunt said, Tina, join a running club. Runners are happy. Can you share how your life has changed since you started running and doing races?
Yeah. So for me, I started running in 2000, whatever, like 3 or 4 years ago. And it was more for like therapeutic purposes, I was always into fitness, walking, etc. But I worked, I think in 2022, I went to the marathon. I was working at an event there, and I just saw all these people like handicapped people that were not able to see, and they were finishing they were finishing the race. And I'm like, you know what? If they can do it, why can't I do it? So I jumped on the wagon, I started running, and it was so therapeutic. I'm out there with my thoughts. I'm out there with God. And you should know it, stars. When you had your room, I would always be out there. And it helped me. It has helped me when I've had my lowest. I've just gone out there, put my sneakers on, and just started moving. And, this past few months have been a little tough for me. But just being out there, lacing up, running out there, being with God, being with myself and my thoughts, it's been great for me. A perfect example, this past weekend, I ran within the goal that I have put for myself without even training. So
I love it. I'm not letting you go that quick, girlfriend. Not letting you go. You heard that, guys. Jump on the bus. Jump on the bus. So again, this goes back. I'll make it real quick. She is a coach, right? I'm going to challenge you, Soul. What you're doing, I don't know if you have a community already, if you're starting a community. Can you tell us what you do if there's someone, you're in New Jersey, right?
Yeah, I'm in North Jersey, right by the city. So as far as community, I do not have that, which is something that has also inspired me just listening to Dragon and everybody in this room. I am a life coach, certified life coach for about 5 years now. And my biggest goal is to help the youth, young ladies between the ages of 17 and 25, just inspire them to be a better version of themselves and be the mentor. And I want to be to them the mentor that I would have benefited of when I was younger. I want to be out there telling these girls that it's about self-care, self-love. Just make sure that you love yourself first before you go out there into the world and depend on others for that love and that hug. So that's that.
I love it. So please make sure you reach out to me, because I really want to work with you or collab or inspire you or whatever. Because if you guys didn't know, I have a nonprofit, and when I did an event, she came to the event with the children with me. I think you were at my very first one.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Thank you for that invite too. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And if you're looking at the screen, thank you, Soul. Give it up for Soul. Make sure you follow her, right? If you're in this clubhouse room, guys, the person above you, below you, to the right, to the left, Look at their profile, see what they do. When I first came into this space, you have to be intentional with your time. You have to be intentional with what you're doing, right? Yeah, it's cool to hear us speak and hear this and get inspired, but what are you getting out of it, right? With that being said, I'm just giving a shout out to whoever is over here on Sharp with 10 on Instagram. Love your energy and can tell that you're genuine. Hopefully we can create something between Florida and New York. I'm actually going to be in New Jersey next month. My baby cousin is getting married. Oh my gosh. She's in New Jersey, or he is in New Jersey, building a wellness space retreat for women empowerment. Yes. So yeah, I want to get back to what Soul was saying. She came to the event with me for children. It was for 6th graders. And she said she works with teens 17 to 25 or something like that. And emotions. If you see this screen right here, and if you don't see my little picture here, it's okay. I want you to type in the chat, how or what are you feeling right now? What are you feeling? How are you feeling? And a lot of people, let alone children, can't even express, they don't understand what they're feeling. And my main program for children is to teach them to understand what they're feeling. Carla's feeling happy. Yay. Happy. Happiness is so good. The Pursuit of Happiness. Did you see that movie? We're in life, I feel sometimes we're just searching and searching and searching for happiness. And if you were in the room last week, I don't know who was saying it, but happiness starts from within. You have to be happy and love yourself first. Dr. EP said she's feeling thankful. Anyone else? How are you feeling? River, the NIF is the fascinating transformation of the dragon. Okay, maybe that's something else you're talking about. I'm a little late with my notes there. All right. So today's topic, I love coming in here and sometimes talking off the cuffs. I do have, themes, but listening to other people. And Dragon was talking about happiness and joy and like pushing through traumas and things like that a little bit he was talking about. But today, the theme, if you're writing, is wonderful life. That is the overarching topic for today, wonderful life. We all want a wonderful life, right? I want you to think of a time in your life when everything just felt wonderful. And maybe you don't have a season, maybe you don't have a year, maybe you just have one day where it was like, oh my gosh, everything is so great. I was lucky that I had an entire year like that. And at the end of the year, I looked back and I was like, oh my gosh, how did I do that? The one thing that was very consistent was I was in this Breakfast with Champions room every single day. In the morning, it was like around COVID time. I think it was 2021, right? And motivation. We all want to be motivated. If you're around me, right? I am motivated. It's just that energy. It just comes out of me naturally. But we all know the motivation doesn't last. I could be gone. You could be out of that room. The music could be off. So that's when you have to dig super deep for the inspiration. What inspires you? What fires you up? And when I say, guys, these teeth, hold on. If anyone here has done Invisalign, I'm trying to get off camera. These Invisalign are very hard to talk. It's going to be off in a couple weeks. But anyway, inspiration. What inspires you so much? It's like, oh my gosh, I want that. I'm going to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to work till 1 o'clock at night. You have to find what truly makes you happy, brings you joy, inspires you, because if not, you're just going to like willy-nilly, just like, I don't care. And then last comes the transformation, my friends. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm a faith-based wellness coach. And I love doing the highlights. Thank you so much. This past weekend, I had I'm going to say amazing because I make everything an experience, right? And it just really, really made me focus on a word, a thing. It's the big B. B as in boy. What do you think I'm going to be talking about when I say the big B? What is the big B? Because this weekend, I went away for a retreat for 3 days, and it really made me tap into the big B. No one's going to guess. Unmike, what you think the big B stands for? Carla put boundaries. Ooh, she hit the nail on the head. Anyway, yes, the big B, boundaries. If you're into reading, a book you might want to read, it's called Set Boundaries. It's by Nedra Glover Tawwab. I read this book a while ago. It's absolutely amazing. And it talks about the 3 different types of boundaries. The first one is rigid. Rigid boundaries is a person who's very stiff. They're not changing no matter what. And sometimes these rigid boundaries can be kind of harmful. And I've seen this in life where someone may need a place to stay and you're like, no, you can't stay with me. And then, the person's out on the street and, that's just a little too rigid. I'm just giving that as an example. The second type of boundary is porous, where you're just, you're like, you ever see those little floater things? It's like the tall thing and it's like out on the street and it's like, it's just moving. That's what porous boundaries are. You're just pouring, just letting everything go. Just like, I don't care. I'm going to just let people walk all over me. People are walking all over you and then you're getting mushed down. That sucks. You don't want that. We want healthy boundaries. And then you might want to have a keyword or a safe word when you need to break those boundaries, right? I do that for some people where it's like, okay, I don't want to have a secret word. Let's just say, for example, when my kids were younger, I had a secret word for them. If anyone ever came, I said, my son's was brown eyes and my daughter, she's an adult now. No, hers was brown eyes and his was smiley. Yes, because he had a beautiful smile. That was the secret word. So maybe you have a secret word for someone when it's like the boundary is there and I really need you and you got to get over. But super important. So this weekend, as I mentioned, I went to a retreat. And if you're looking at the screen, you see here, it says Circle of Mothers, Trayvon Martin Foundation. And this is the 13th year that Sabrina Fulton has done this here retreat. And it really focuses on women empowering women to transform communities. River wrote, my post was to Dragon. I was just thinking, and I love the concept because the myth is the did I scroll back again? No, he's right there. The myth is the fascinating transformation of the dragonfly. It is a beautiful reminder that transformation happens in stages. Ooh, I didn't realize my book. If you want to chat about it, you can unmic River, but I do like that. We're talking about transformation, dragonflies, I'm assuming. I don't know much about dragonflies, but I do know. If you want to speak, go ahead, Dragon. But yeah, we all want to transform. So today's topic is all about a wonderful life. And I want to share what I learned in this retreat and how it impacted me. But before I get started with that, I want to pause for a beat to, if anyone wants to share their thoughts on boundaries, if they have any tips, advice, opinions on how we all can have better boundaries for ourselves. I would love to hear from you because this is super, super important. This is your opportunity to pour in about boundaries. Let me hear you.
I mean, I could share because boundaries are great, right? But it's also a matter of perception. And I think it's like almost like forgiveness, right? You think it's for them, right? Oh, they can't cross this line. It's really the other way around. It's really like forgiving is you releasing resistance, right? So same with boundaries. Boundaries is what you're not accepting. Not people may still, like, let's say a boundary of mine is like, you can't disrespect me. People still might disrespect me, but I'm not going to be allowed to accept it. I'm not going to accept it as a gift.
Yes. With that, you're saying you're in control, right? You are in control of how you feel, of what you say. Can you give us a tip on how you control your emotions when someone crosses those boundaries so that you don't react to them?
Because, I'm a visual person and I think like sometimes like a cartoon, sometimes, not all the time, but like I when I get those feelings like, like a thermometer, like you're going to read somebody's thermometer, like when they're sick, like old school thermometer with the mercury inside. Like for me, I could see like my instead of mercury, it's like my blood. And I could actually like feel and see like my thermometer like bubbling up, right? And that to me is like the warning. So when I catch it, I don't always catch it, right? I don't always catch it. But that's when I have to say, wait a minute, I don't have to, take on this that is being given to me. I could say no, next, no thank you. I say no thank you a lot, even when it doesn't apply. Let's say somebody says, you stupid fool. I'll say no thank you. sometimes just to myself in my head, but that's how I do it, Tina.
I love that. I love that. Thank you for sharing. If you like what you're hearing, I am doing a workshop. So if you didn't know, every Wednesday, and thank you, Mary Lynn, and whoever used to do Wednesdays the first week, I'm currently now every Wednesday, except the last one at 8 a.m. So this is going to be a consistent thing. I'm also, like I said, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And my goal is to be in person as well doing this so we can have real life chats here in Tampa. I got the great spot. But as we're chatting today, every month I have my themes, I have my topics, and at the end of the month, I'm wrapping it up. And this month I'm doing a workshop. It's a free workshop. So if you like what you're hearing, you can tap the link at the top or just text me workshop, and you can text the number 732-656-8973. And this workshop is called the Reset Room. So every topic that I've talked about this month, we're going to be bringing it all together. And at the end of the workshop, I'll be choosing one person that I'm going to be giving a free coaching session to. I am, as I mentioned, a faith-based wellness coach. And when it comes to wellness, it's everything that you're doing, whether it's your education, whether it's your eating, your finances, your exercise, right? And at this event this weekend, I actually had someone ask me or offer, I'm going to say ask me, offer me an honorary doctorate. I'm in the midst of talking about that to see, if I'm going to do it, if I wanted all that stuff. And I was just really honored. I just want to do more information about it so I understand it, what it is and why it is and all that stuff. But I've been doing this type of work for over 2 decades. I started with fitness, right? Teaching classes, but I started with myself. Everything that I say, everything that I do comes from live experience. It's not something I heard. Well, I don't know if this is true, but no. This is live stuff that happened to me or someone I know. So in this reset room, it's all about resetting your mind. Mindset is so important. We know that, right? Regulating your stress. Stress can be not finding your car keys. Stress can be, is my paycheck going to be enough? Stress can be in so many things, right? Showing up powerful again, just how Patty said, if someone says something horrible to her, okay, no, thank you. No, thank you. I'm not going to take that. So I would love you to join us. It's the end of this month. May 30th, I believe it says 2:00. I'm scrolling through the link right now, but I'm going to jump right into today's topic of wonderful life. And there's 3 takeaways I wanted to give you from the event that I did this weekend. And this event here, if you guys didn't know, trigger warning, 10 years ago, my 21-year-old beautiful son was tragically murdered. And next week, I'm going to be sharing that story. Portia, welcome to the building, mama. And last week, she has the segment right after me here on Breakfast with Champions. So if you're liking what you're hearing, stay tuned in for her. She shared her story. And I heard her story several times, but I just love how she shared it. So if you're like, what is that girl about? And you want to learn a little bit more about me, make sure you come back next week. Actually, hold up, wait a minute. What is next week's date? I don't think I'm here with you guys next week. Looking at the calendar. Anyway, I'm just going to go back, and if I'm here, great. If not, just come to my YouTube channel. Forgive me. But anyway, next week I'm going to share my story. So this event right here, if you've ever heard of Trayvon Martin, if you haven't, you're under a rock. Horrible tragedy. And I believe that certain people are destined for greatness, but sometimes you got to go through some crazy stuff, right? And Sabrina Fulton went through a horrible tragedy, right? I like to say traumedy. You hear me talk about it. Traumedy. Traumedy is a word that I created. Traumedy is when the energies of a trauma and a tragedy collide. When this happens, life-changing experiences occur. If you want some information, go get my book. It has information. But Sabrina has been doing this event for 13 years. Right? And what she does, she said it came from a dream. And that's why I think it's so important. We need to be still more often. She said she had a dream, and it was right after her son was murdered. And in her dream, she thought about what she needed, what she wanted. Because if someone hasn't gone through what you've gone through, they don't know what you need. If you've lost a husband, I can give you information. I can help you. I can support you if you've lost a husband. I'm thinking of things that didn't happen to me, but a lot has happened to me, right? But she wanted support for herself because she lost her son tragically. So she had this dream of different things that she wanted, that she needed, and she created it. So if there's something in your life that you want, that you need, and you don't see it out there, create it. And the event is amazing. So that's where I was this weekend, getting poured into, and I'm going to share some of the things that really touched my heart. And the first one was self-care. So if you want to write down self-care, type in the chat. What are some things you do for self-care? Maybe it's getting your hair done every other month. Maybe it's getting your nails. Maybe it's going for a run. I don't know. But we have to pour into ourselves constantly, right? Every hour, every minute, as much as I can, I'm pouring into myself, whether it's listening to gospel music, whether it's listening to a sermon, whether it's reading my Bible, whether it's going for a run, right? I have to pour in because I am constantly just pouring out. I don't know if I got this look on my face that says, tell me what's going on with your life. Because no matter where I am, it's like people just kind of gravitate to me like a magnet. I was standing somewhere the other day and this girl just walks up next to me and I was like, hey, you want the person? She's like, no, just want to be here. And then she just started telling me all the things. So I have to pour into myself. So here we go. Number one of a wonderful life. If you're just coming in, I'm Tina. We're talking about the wonderful life. We're talking about boundaries. And the first thing is self-care. And in this self-care, choose one day. And this came from Sabrina. And she says she chooses her birthday. Date. Type in the chat your birth date. Mine is the 14th. I didn't ask for the month. I didn't ask for the year. I asked for the date. So what is the date of your birthday? Let me see. My date is the 14th. I see Carla says the 27th. I will never forget Carla's birthday because she made me remember it. My sister's the 28th. She's the day before. Early happy birthday to all those May babies. Dr. P is the 20th. I thought I saw 20th. Portia's the 6th. Ishman 13th. That's 18, 20. Love it. Put your dates in the chat. So this is something I invite you to do if you're not already doing it. Because yes, we say we're going to give ourselves self-care. But do we intentionally do it? So what she suggests is on the date of your birthday. Brenda says it's November 12th. Oh my gosh, Brenda, we're so close. I'm November 14th. I've got to do something together. So for your birth date, every month, every single month, January all the way to December, for that date, set aside something you're going to do. And maybe each month add on to it. Maybe it's, okay, this date, I'm going to sit and have a cup of tea. I'm going to journal. I'm going to listen to music. I'm going to call a friend that makes me laugh, whatever it is. But set aside, maybe put a big cart. That's what she had us do. She made this beautiful book here. And if you want it, you can get it, but you got to pay $40 and I'll give you her link so you can get it. But she had us make a little calendar here. I can't quite find it. But she gave us a heart, and you put the heart on the date. And every month on that date is your self-care day. That's the first thing I want to share about self-care. Anyone want to unmic, share, comments, questions? Go. Otherwise, I'm going to the second tip of the day. Next month is my half birthday. I love that. And always do yoga in time. Oh, summer solstice. So I am auditioning in 2 weeks, guys, for my favorite. Okay, Hot Yoga Revolution in New Jersey is my favorite. But here in Florida, Bella Prana is my favorite yoga studio, and I'm auditioning in 2 months. So I've got to make sure to do something for the summer solstice. All righty. David, welcome to the building. So that was tip number one. I gave you 5 seconds. Unmic if you want to share your thoughts on self-care, the birth date idea, if you're currently doing something. All right, we're moving on. Second tip, we're talking about a wonderful life. It's called a train, the train of life, right? So we are all the leaders. We are the conductors. And I put this crown here, and I'm going to put this crown on because isn't this a beautiful crown? Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. If you can't see me, you need to come and see me. So at the event, at the retreat, on the last day, we had a banquet, and I got crowned. All the ladies, all the moms, all the angel moms, all the warrior moms. And a warrior mom, I call it, Sabrina calls them angel moms. And by the way, I'm speaking with her people. I was trying to get her on today, but it was like super last minute. So my goal is to have her come on here and share her experiences in regards to resilience and pushing through. right? So that's something that I'm working towards. But she gave us these beautiful crowns here. And I'm here to say, you are the leader, the king, the queen, the pirate, whatever you want to call yourself, of your train in life. Where are you going? To the top. Why do you want to go to the top? Because the bottom is crowded. It's like a bunch of sardines. Nobody wants to be at the bottom. It sucks. It smells down there. You want to get to the top. The air is cleaner. You feel good. You look good, right? So you're on your train. And we have a bunch of people on the train. And something my mother says all the time, are you in the building, Mother? My mother's probably talking to somebody. Renee, or Carla, can you call my mother? She doesn't love me, guys. She doesn't love me, but that's okay. I'm going to push through. It's okay. My mother's not here. Instagram, you're rocking and rolling over here. Balancing life with Shaw. Love it, Shauna. So you are the captain of your train. Where is your train going? First of all, you have to know where you're going. You have to have that big, scary goal, whether it's to have your own business and have a brick and mortar and you're training children, you're working with children, you're working with adults, you have a podcast, company, whatever it is, you're on this train of success of life. And you have a bunch of people on your train, right? Think of where you were 5 years ago, 10 years ago. You might be too young and can't even figure that out. But where were you in your life and who were the people in your life at that time? You hear it all the time. People come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Not everyone is meant to be with you all the time, your entire life. Yes, it's sad. I have met so many people. I'm so grateful that God has allowed me to enjoy so many relationships. I think of all the jobs I've had in my life. Lord of mercy. I've had a lot of different jobs. I know some people say their jobs for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. I think the longest span I was at a job, one job, was probably 4 or 5 years. Because if I'm not feeling it, icky, I got it. Please, I am out. I'm like that with anything in my life. If it's not in my heart, if it's not warming the cockles of my heart, we are out. I have to be aligned with everything there, right? So I say that to say, in this life of where we're going, hi, mommy, in this life, who is on your train? Oh, I know I was talking about my mother, because my mother always says she's holding on and she's not letting go because she knows I am like, woo, 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 woo. So in your life, you have people that are on your train. And I'm going to see if I can get my feet down because I want to show you what Sabrina did. She says you're on your train, right? And then you're going, choo, choo. And there's someone on your train and it's just not feeling right. And they get off the train. So when they go, just kick them away. Peace, keep going. Don't look back. Yes, I know it's easier said than done. But these people are slowing down your train. You're on the train. You're focused to go here. You're going, all right, let's go. And the person gets off. And when you turn to look, hey, what's going on with you? Come, it takes your energy. It takes your focus away from what you want to do. If you want to write a book, if you want to start a podcast, if you want to lose weight, I don't care what you want to do. But if you take your eyes off for something else, someone else, you're never going to get to where you want to be. I'm pausing for a hot second. Hi, Darina. Nina here in the building. Welcome, Nina. Woo, woo. On mic. Agree? Disagree? Let me hear from you, crew. All right, crew. We are moving on. If you're just chiming in, I'm talking about a wonderful life. We started the conversation with boundaries, how important it is to have boundaries in your life. There's rigid boundaries, which is too strong, which we don't want. There's porous boundaries where you're just saying yes to everything, which we don't want. We want healthy boundaries. And that starts with self-care, pouring into yourself. We chose one day, our birth date. Mine is the 14th, for every day to have that self-care. The second thing we talked about just now is the train, leaving people behind. As we move on to tip number 3, I love this one right here. All right, guys, we're about to have some fun. People, I'm gonna pull my little example out right here. Boundaries. It goes back to boundaries, but it's a little deeper. It's a little deeper right there. There are a bunch of people I need to kick off. Kick them off the train, Carla. Let them go. But sometimes, okay, let me share something with you. Sometimes you don't even have to kick them off because they're just going to leave. You ever have someone leave your life and it's like, that person stopped calling me. what happened? They will dismiss themselves. The deeper, the harder, the more focused you are in your goals, in what you want, people will just go. And I'm gonna turn this into dating too, because I don't even have to. I used to think it was something wrong with me. I was like, girl, why are these guys ghosting you? Why are they not calling you back? Does my breath stink? I know I don't wear deodorant, but I don't stink. Okay, sometimes maybe I do, but then I throw some deodorant on. But like, I'm like, what is wrong with me? I realize it's not me. They are not aligned. They cannot handle all of this. So I'm on this train of success, on this train of greatness, because God has gifted me with the ability to transform lives, right? It's a lot. And people can't handle that. So they just kind of dip off. They're like, oh no, she's a lot. I can't. Yes, I am. I know it, because God needs me out here to do this. Get back on point, Tina. Get to the point. Boundaries. So, no, I'm not talking about boundaries. I'm talking about people pouring in. So here's the one I was telling you about, guys. So she had us make a calendar, and then the heart goes for your birthday. That's the tip number 2. And again, if you want to purchase this booklet, let me know. I can give you her information. I want to talk about right now. People, did I hear someone on mic?
Yes, greeting, Grand Rising, darling.
Hey, who is that? Who is that?
Bushwoman.
Hey, Bushwoman, where are you from? Tell us who you are, what you do, and your question, comment, go.
Okay, I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, but I live in New York. I'm a native New Yorker. I've been here since '76. I'm a personal development awareness fun life coach, and I am about awareness, fun, and community collaboration. So I put together events in collaboration with others in Brooklyn, New York, where we bring community together and to learn about each other, culture, appreciate where culture meets celebration. So I like what you were saying about when you're moving. Abraham Hicks has this saying about low flying this people and high flying this people. It's all about disconnecting to your tribe. So it's like all of us here on Breakfast with Champions, we are of a particular tribe where we understand, we get it, and we support and help each other the best way we can. So I just wanted to comment on that. As you begin to elevate and grow, of course they're going to fall off. It's like when a rocket goes up into the sky, the thing starts falling off the sides of the rocket, right?
Yes.
So people are like that. I no longer question if something is wrong with me. It's like, why not me? Why hell? Yeah, sure. So definitely you're on the right track, what you're saying. Thank you for allowing me to share.
Thank you.
I don't know if I can give a plug for my event. I don't know
if that's go for it.
Okay, so those who are in New York, within the New York area, if you want to come into New York for Labor Day in Brooklyn is a very big festival, and where the Caribbean American Carnival is celebrated. And if you always wanted to play mass, when we say play mass means being in a costume like Mardi Gras.
Wait a minute, is that when you're wearing like no clothes, you're just like bras and underwear?
No. No, yes, that happens. Some costume bands are like that. But what I wanted to share with people is that Carnival is not about bikini, beads, and drinking. The whole Carnival experience was created from the emancipation of the slaves. And there were particular Carnival characters that told a story about our connection to Africa and the message how we need to live our lives. It evolved into the Brazilian thing about the bikini and the beads. Mm-hmm. But now we are coming back. A lot of costumes bands are coming back with full regalia, full costumes. So there are certain bands that you can find who wear costumes that tell a story, like theater in the streets.
I love that.
So the first one I'm having is on August the 29th in Brooklyn, New York. We're meeting up at Lepus Historic House, which is an old plantation house in Brooklyn, 452 Flatbush Avenue. All the information is on Eventbrite. We go to Eventbrite. So in a day crawl, we have a pop-up art exhibit that explains the history and culture of the carnival, and then we have a steel pan artist, Mr. Freddie Harris Jr. III. He's at FH3 Beats. You go on Instagram, you can hear his music, FH3 Beats. Then we're going to go to the mass camp where they have the training for the young people in the community to become Mokojambis, which is those guys that walk on stilts. The Mokojambis were protectors of a village. Their heirs were closer to God because of their height, and they always warned the villagers of impending doom or anything like that. So the Mokojambis have a story as well. They are throughout all cultures, Ethiopian culture.
I love it. I love it.
African
How can
culture.
they find this if they're listening? You said Eventbrite. What
Yeah.
should they go under?
Well, they can go on Eventbrite to get tickets. I have early pricing tickets. So that's August
love-
29th. And the night crawl is September the 4th, where we go to the larger bands and mass camps. We got entertainment on the
I love
trolley
it.
bus.
I love it. I wish I was
And
in the area. If I was, I definitely would go. So if you're listening, guys, make sure you tap in. Thank you so much, Bush.
Thank you so much for allowing me to share.
So I love what she shared, guys. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about having a wonderful life. We talked about birth date for self-care. We talked about the train of life of what you want. And now we're talking about people that pour into you. And one of the exercises, and I would love for you guys to do this, is you can do this mentally. You can get a piece of paper and you can do it. But my goal when I come through here is to share and empower you and to leave you with something that's going to change your life, right? Time is the most precious thing in the world. I love doing this, coming here live for two reasons. One, it helps me with my speaking because I love speaking and I want to change the world with my voice. It keeps me accountable and it empowers me to help you change your life. So hopefully you're learning something today. Boundaries, as we're talking now, and you don't have to write down names. She had us call them fruit, which I absolutely loved. So instead of saying, Peter pours into me and Barbara drains my energy, she had us come up with fruits names. So for example, Mr. Coconut or Mrs. Cherry or whomever. So this way you're not writing like names. So if you want to start, we're going to start with people who pour into you, right? I want you to think about this. If you want to write it in the chat, I want to see write it with a fruit name. What fruits pour into you? And my fruit was Miss Mango and Mr. Coconut. And of course, I had this certain thing of how I came up with these names for these people. Miss Mango, that's pretty obvious for me. But who are the people that pour into you? And when I say pour into you, I mean, it's intentionally, right? You don't even have to ask sometimes. Carla put Miss Watermelon. Who's Miss? I don't know who Miss Watermelon. Who else? Come on, guys, let me hear. Who else pours into you? And why do you think they pour into you? They could be a coach. It could be a community, right? It could be Mr. and Mrs. Orange, right? That could be Breakfast with Champions for me. Dragon fruit, Miss Strawberry and Mr. Dragon fruit. Ooh. And I want you to think about these people that pour into you as you're thinking about them, right? As you're putting them here in the chat. How do they pour into you? And my mother put grapefruit. Is it a Mr. or Mrs. Grapefruit, mommy? Mr. or Mrs. Grapefruit. How do they pour into you? Think about it. How does it make you feel? Right? Because however this person makes you feel, I'm going to challenge you to do the same thing for someone else. Did you know that when you're giving, when you're supporting someone, when you're empowering something, there's no way you can be in a negative state. There's no way you can be depressed. So if you find that you're anxious, that you're depressed, help someone. Go volunteer somewhere. It's going to make you feel so good. So think of how this person or people make you feel. No one else gets poured into. No one else. Because I don't see anyone else. Thank you, Marla, for sharing. Renee, I don't see where you put anything. In charge and a leader. Okay, I love that. So we wrote down the people that pour into us. Mr. Pineapple, I love that. So now you're going to write down the people who drain you. And when I say drain you, I mean they suck the energy out of you. They just like, oh, it's just like you look, the person calls, and I'm just letting you guys know right now, my ringer is never on, and my ringer, there's like no sound, no notifications or nothing on my phone. It's been that way accidentally for a while, and I kind of like it. Carla says, Miss Coconut. It used to be when I teach class, I'd have to have it on airplane mode. I'm just kind of used to not hearing it, and I just check it every so often. But you ever have that person, they call and you look at the phone, and it's like, oh, You got it. You don't want to. That's someone who's draining you. If there's anyone that drains you, Miss Chicken. I said fruit, mommy, not protein. Welcome to the building, Valerie. We're talking about people that drain you. So we have to get a balance with it. If you notice, and when I thought about this right here, people that I really don't have too many people that drain me, because if so, I very quietly tiptoe away. I'll stop talking to them. I will just kind of like, okay, because it's draining my energy. And we don't want people that are draining our energy because we want to be uplifted, right? So you kind of have to find the balance with someone that's pouring into you. And then when you're setting your boundaries straight, guess what? They're not going to drain you anymore. So I want to hear from you. Do you have people that drain you, people that pour into you? Everyone over here on Instagram, you guys are rocking. I'm rolling. Thank you for listening. Open the mic. Talk to me. Let me hear from you. Who pours into you? Who drains you? What are your thoughts and comments with this? Or maybe no one has anything to share about it, which is quite all right. I'm going to wrap this up in a bow of all the things that I spoke about. But before I do that, I want to talk about the reset room. As I mentioned earlier, at the end of each month, I have a workshop. This month, it's absolutely free. It's happening Saturday, May 30th, and it's from 2 to 3 o'clock. It's going to be in person. It's also going to be virtual. And what we're doing in here, it's going to focus on getting rid of stress. If you notice all month, I don't know where my kit is. Actually, it's over here. Where is it? I haven't even unpacked yet, guys. It's a hot mess in here. I haven't unpacked, but I've got our stress-free kit. We started the month off with this right here, with all the things that are going to help you. Of course, exercise, getting some bands in. It's a beautiful little thing here. Chronic stress, it impacts your focus, your sleep, your hormones, your energy, emotional health, weight retention, confidence, relationships, all these things from stress. You want to get rid of that, right? So if you're tired of being stuck and you want to learn how, jump through, you can come through, be a part of the community for the day. I have an online fitness community that we have there. Welcome to the stage, Finesse Forbes. And your mind was never meant to operate on constant survival mode. God did not create us to live like that, right? I have this person and I know them and I'm really focusing on supporting them, but they're like, yeah, I'm in survival mode. First of all, don't even speak that into your life, right? You want to thrive. The reset room is going to help you return back to clarity, back to calmness, back to being in control. One intentional reset at a time. And maybe it starts with your fitness, right? Because for me, everything starts with fitness. Once you have your fitness in check, it just kind of everything else aligns. Before that, maybe it's the faith for you. This reset room is going to be very enlightening for some people, because some people never really sit still long enough to understand what it is that they actually need. High achieving women want so many things. And I used to think I had to do all the things, I had to be in all the places. No, I realized I just have to be intentional with what I want. This is good for if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a professional, if you're a caregiver, if you're a leader, anyone ready to reset mentally and emotionally. You are welcome to this event. And of course, we're going to be wrapping up some of the mid Q2 goals, because we're really into vision boards and manifestation and all that wonderful stuff. So you're definitely welcome to come to the reset room. So I'm wrapping up what we talked about today. Wonderful life. Having a wonderful life. Everybody wants it, but what? It starts from within. The book that I mentioned that you might want to get, you can listen to it, you can read it. It's called Set Boundaries. If you currently do not have boundaries for yourself, you're probably all over the place, feeling willy-nilly. The book is called Set Boundaries. It's by Nedra Glover Tawwab. And they talk about 3 different types of boundaries. The rigid boundaries, you're too stiff. The porous boundaries, where you just let people roll all over you. And then the healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries, they feel calm, they feel safe, they feel warm, they feel enlightening, right? That's what we want in our life. Welcome, Malika Star, girl. How you doing? How you feeling, Mamacita? We love Malika Star. Malika, come up to the building. I don't know if you can talk. So, yes, wonderful life. I gave you 3 things that you can do to have a wonderful life. 3 things that I learned from the event, the retreat that I went to this weekend, and just having time to yourself, is so important. You're like, why is she wearing this crown right here? Because I am a queen, number one. And this was the 3rd tip. The first tip we talked about was taking your birth date. Mine is the 14th. And every month on the 14th, I'm going to do something intentional. This weekend, I actually watched the sunrise. When is the last time you did something for the first time? Write that in the chat right there. When is the last time you did something for the first time? This Sunday, for the first time ever, I watched the sun rise and did yoga at the same time, which was absolutely beautiful. The water was there. And the day before, I actually saw the sun peak up. But this particular Sunday, it was a lot of clouds. It was very cloudy. So I didn't actually see it peak up. I saw when it was more at the top. And I did a time lapse of my yoga flow. And as I was there listening to the water crash, right, closing my eyes, it felt really good. That was self-care for me. And maybe you don't live by the ocean. Maybe you don't live in warm weather, but I can guarantee you the sun is shining somewhere. If you're in your house and you're stuck in the house, get out the house. Go sit under a tree. Let the sun just beat on your face and just feel it, right? Right now, as I'm here, I have that light in my face there. But the sun, it just hits a little different, guys. It hits a little different when you feel the sun, the wind. So take your birth date and give yourself some self-care. The second thing we talked about was the train of life. Your train, what do you want? You're on this train, you got to stay focused. You have to have your goals. Anyone that's just pulling and tugging, all right, as Patty said, no, thank you. No, thank you. I'm not taking that negativity. No, thank you. And say with a smile, thank you. Peace, peace, whatever. Leave them on the train. You got to keep going, going, going if you want something. And sometimes, like the reset room, you got to reset. But sometimes, and this kind of annoys me sometimes, is when people just keep making excuses about different things. Like, oh, well, I'm sick. Maybe because my mind just doesn't get it, right? And you can even ask my daughter. I didn't believe it. No, you're not sick. You're getting up and you're going to school. It's not happening. I remember the school would call and I drop her off to school. A few hours later, your daughter's sick. You got to pick her up. I was like, okay, like you're doing it. And I remember there was one event I took her to. My daughter is a retired professional dancer, I would say. So as a child, she was always dancing. I was always taking her somewhere. And there was an event where one of her favorite dancers was there. And my daughter was super sick. I mean, just like no energy, and I'm like, I paid for this. You're going, girl. And I took her, and I remember like she was on the side, just like not so good. And then you get on there, you learn the dance, and then you have to perform the dance with the person. And I was recording her, and I felt such joy that she was pushing through the pain. And she got sick a lot as a kid, right? But she would push through the pain. And I think it's me pushing her all of her life is why today something that's so challenging is just like, okay, whatever. We have to go through the hard times, guys. It's like a butterfly. If you ever look at a butterfly, and someone said a dragonfly, I don't know what those go through. Should probably do some research on that. But a butterfly is absolutely beautiful. They had to go through their ugly phase, kind of like locks. When they first got my locks, they're like, oh, you got to go through the ugly phase of like the shortness or whatever. I don't think I ever had an ugly phase because I would just like pull it back. But my point is, you have to go through that ugly phase. You have to go through those hard times to push through, to like carve it out, to get to where you have to go. Last year, I went to this event. And this year, so many people like, oh my gosh, Tina, you look great. You look phenomenal, right? I lost about 25 pounds and my teeth are different, right? You guys know I got the Invisalign here. I got a couple more weeks. But how you look is how you feel. If you look at someone and they're overweight, their clothes are just, they don't care. It's just like, I can guarantee you they're probably not feeling that good inside. It's just my thoughts. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So when we're on this train, remember what you want to do. The third tip that I talked about was who pours into you and then who's draining you. Nobody gave me any thoughts or comments about that, but that's okay. That's okay if you don't want to. The people that pour into you, thank them. Let them know. Say, you know what? You pour into me, and I just want to say thank you. If you need anything, I'm here for you. And then I want you to be that leader and do that for someone else. If you see somebody doing something, and you don't have to do much, all you have to do, hi, Trisha girl, all you have to do is say, you know what? I see you, and I'm super proud of you. Keep up the good work. Every single day, I don't care if I'm at CVS, at the gas station. Okay, maybe not at the gas station, because here in Florida, you got to pump your gas. So you don't really see people. But anyway, if you see someone, give them a compliment. Yesterday, I was walking through the gym, and this guy was with his trainer, and his trainer was showing him how to do a push-up. And the guy's just sitting there, and I said, okay, so are you going to work? Because I'm that pusher, right? He said, you know what? We were just talking about you, Tina. Because last week, when you walked by, I wasn't doing anything. We were just talking. You probably think all we do is talk. I said, yeah, because you're talking right now. You're not working. I don't want to hear it. If you're supposed to be working out, then work out. What are you talking about? So he's like, yeah, he was just showing me the proper form of how to do a push-up. So then I was like, okay, let me see. So he's there, he does his push-up, and he goes all the way down. And I was like, yes! And his coach is counting, and I could see the sweat. And this is probably the most amount of push-ups this man has ever done. And he's going. And this goes to show you how your tribe around you is going to join in, right? So he's on number 2. I'm like, yes, you got this. Woo, keep going. Then the girl next to him, she's like, yes, let's go. And like the more we're cheering, the more push-ups he's doing. And then we're going like, yeah, he finally gets to the other, like, high five. And as I walk away, there's a bunch of guys on the other side. The whole area was just like, go. And the guys, he was overweight, but it made him feel so good. Yes, it was only a push-up. But in that moment in time, he was on cloud 9. So pour into other people. It's going to make you feel so much better. The third thing that was the last thing. And then the people that drain you. The people that drain you, you probably can't hear me. I mean, if you can't see me, I'm just turning my back to the camera. Because if someone's draining you, hopefully the back of my hair looks good. That's all I can say, is give them your back. But you're going to kind of have to have that balance. Giving some space right here. We have about 2 more minutes before the room ends. On mic, question, comment. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Go for it. And maybe you don't want to share. That's okay. No pique. You pour into me and my therapist. Okay, mommy, I like that. I love it. So as we transition to the next speaker, I'm going to close with something that our tribe talked about on Mondays. And if you're a woman and you're faith-based woman, because that's the type of people that I deal with. I'm a faith-based wellness coach, and we have a community of ladies that are looking to go to the next level in their life. I say it starts with fitness, your mindset, that whole thing. Every Monday night, we have accountability meetings. Once a month, as I tell you, I have these workshops. You can click the link if you want to join the reset room, which is absolutely free. We also have different challenges. We have our running club. I say running club because it sounds really corny to say my walking club, right? Yeah. So we have a running club. It's virtual. It's on the Nike running app. And this month, I said, actually last month was 1 mile a day. But sometimes you can't find the time in the day. I get it. So then I said, give me half a mile, something, right? Just move in your body. Once you do that, it makes you feel so much better. Besides our running club, Renee is my supporting partner, and she leads the nutrition portion. I do nutrition as well, but Renee has up-leveled herself, elevated herself, because it's all about that elevation, right? She's got her nutrition certificate. She's doing amazing. So she leads our nutrition portion. And last week we talked about calories. So important, how many calories you're getting, what type of calories. right? So we have these meetings. I do one-on-one coaching. If you're here in the Tampa area, I can hook you up because I do that as well. And I love the in-person stuff. The virtual is just as good, but we all need that coach, right? Every coach needs a coach. Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, thank you so much for listening today. Instagram, thank you. Clubhouse, Mary Lynn is doing an amazing job. When you want that extra motivation, when you need that support, this is the place you want to come to. So I want to thank you all for having me here today. I'm here every Wednesday at 8 a.m., only in Clubhouse the first 3 weeks. The last weekend of the month, I'm not on Clubhouse. So every Wednesday, 8 a.m. If you have a topic that you want me to discuss, hit me up. Again, you can text me 732-656-8973. If you want access to the workshop, again, that text number, just text the word workshop. Hello, Dr. Franklin. If you want to come to the workshop, that number is 732-656-8973. I am Tina, that coach that's going to take you from good to great to amazing. If you love what you heard today, do me a favor. Go over to my YouTube channel, give it a follow, give it a subscription. You can go over to my podcast, give that a follow. You can join our community, whatever it is. Hey, Marcus Black, we love Marcus. That's one of my coaches too. We love Marcus. All righty, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you all for your love, your light, all that great stuff. Peace and a bottle of hair grease. Bye.